What's up, guys? Welcome back to my second premiere of this channel, where we are going to be doing a premiere on the iPad or up the river, down the river. I know it's not saying up the river, down the river at the title screen, but without further ado, let's go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and hopefully hit the 2-minute mark. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Card Games That Don't Suck. And this episode is a response to the statement that, the card games that don't suck. Is that just gambling games? Is it?
I don't know, Quinn. You tell me.
But it's not! Today we're going to be teaching Oh Hell, otherwise known as Up and Down the River, Oh Shit, Bus, Blob, Blackout, Elevator, Contract Whist, German Bridge, Catchful Curry, Chukat, Fally, Lal, and 765. I just call it Oh Hell. And what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be going on a journey. This game takes like 45 minutes, but it's kind of the same thing over and over and over, and yet it's just not boring. It's so addictive. So you can play this with 3 all the way up to 8. But with 3, you got the full rules for this in the video description. But with 3, we're going to deal out 10 cards. Those are some cards that I dealt out earlier. Now, once you've got your deck and you've dealt out 10 cards each, you are going to reveal a card that is the trump. So, spades are our trump. This is a trick-taking game. Now, what that means is we're going to take turns to lead and try and win tricks, starting with the person to the left of the dealer. Now, every round we play, we're going to take turns being the dealer, and the person to the left leads the trick. Before that, and before I explain what trick-taking is, we're going to try and decide how many tricks we're going to win, and this is the rule that powers Oh Hell. So we have 10 cards, which, and we'll get to what all this means in a bit, we're going to play 10 tricks. 3 of us are going to try and figure out how many of those tricks we are each going to win. So you could say, I'm going to win all 10, I'm going to win 0, but you're trying to hit that exact number, and you go left from the dealer. So starting with Elaine, why don't you just say out a number? 4. Elaine's going to win 4 tricks. Someone does have to do a lot of scorekeeping, and charmingly, when I was reading the rules for this game, the rules said, keep an eye on the scorekeeper, because they can write down whatever scores they want. So I don't know whoever wrote the rules of Oh Hell has been playing games with, but they need to stop that. Yeah. Matt, how many tricks would you like to try and win?
I'm going to win 7.
7 tricks? Now here's the thing, already, there's only 10 tricks you can win, so together you guys are already trying to win 11, that's impossible. But a rule here is when you get around to the dealer to say how many tricks they're going to win, they cannot say a number that would make it possible for everyone to win. So if Elaine said 3 and Matt said 3, I couldn't then say 4, which means we could all succeed. But so I'm going to say, I don't know, you guys both sound like you have good hands, I'll say 2. Okay, now we're all trying to win exactly that number of tricks. So what is trick taking? Right, this is nice and easy. The person who starts the first trick will be the person to the left of the dealer. Now what this means is you're going to pick any card from your hand to lead the trick. So why don't you just play something now?
Anything.
Anything you want. 3 of spades. Now what this means is Matt and I both have to play a card. Once we've all done that, we've completed the trick and we see who wins it. In playing a spade, in leading the trick with a spade, Elaine is saying to Matt, you must play a spade if you have one. So Matt, if he has any spades at all, has to pick one of them to play now. It's a 6 of spades, and then I play a card, and look, it's the 9 of hearts.
Whoa.
So what that means, that is either 2 things. Either I'm cheating, which don't do that, or I don't have a spade. If you don't have a spade, you can play anything. However, it's not ideal, because what we then look at in the trick is, first off, who played the highest card of the suit that led the trick, which is spades. Matt played the highest card of the suit, which is spades, so Matt wins the trick, which means Matt takes those 3 cards.
On my way to 7 wins.
Congratulations, Matt, you've got your trick. And in winning a trick, you start the next trick. So Matt picks any card he wants. Now play something that isn't a spade for me. Work with me.
Let's go
on, good
for
buddy.
a 2 of clubs.
2 of clubs. Okay, so I have to play a club if I have one.
Question, ace is high?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can play aces. That's actually a good reminder. Here's the thing about Oh Hell. There are literally 1 million ways to play it. There's a million ways to score, to play tricks, to do all this stuff. I'm just teaching you the way that I like the most. So, we've got our trick looking led there, so I would have to play one of the clubs from my hand if I have a club. Let's imagine a crazy world where I didn't have a club, which means I can play whatever card I want, right? Let's say I play a 2 of spades because I don't have a club, so I'm free to play whatever I want. You'll remember we have a trump suit. Now, what that means is the person who wins the trick is always the person who plays the highest card of the suit that leads, unless someone played the trump. Now, because I didn't have clubs, which means I could play a spade, because spades are the trump, it means the person who plays the highest trump instead wins the trick. So, however, as we go to Elaine's turn, even though I played a spade because I didn't have clubs, Elaine is still beholden. She still must play a club if she has one.
Yeah.
So, Elaine, what's it going to be?
So I can't possibly win in that case.
You cannot win,
No.
but
so,
you can still choose which club to put out.
Yeah, sure.
7 of clubs. So 7 would ordinarily win if I wasn't part of this. However, I am, and I've got the trump suit, which means, oh yes, all those cards are going
And
to
obviously,
me.
for the more eagle-eyed of you in the YouTube comments, Quinn's, for the sake of demonstrating the game, cheated by pretending he didn't have a spade last time and then playing a spade.
You can't do that. You absolutely the
How
whole
many times
game.
we talked about this? You're a real piece of work.
I know.
Is that all the rules for this card game?
No, it's not.
Well, you better hurry up because I'm out of here.
Okay, stick with me, Matt. I promise it's going to get really exciting. Here's a theoretical way that round could have ended. Matt won 7 tricks, I won 1, and Elaine won 2. Elaine wanted to win 4, so she failed that. I wanted to win 2, so I failed. Matt won 7, which is exactly what he said. Now, this is where scoring comes in. So, Matt said he was going to win 7 tricks, and he did, which means he gets 10 points. Plus 1 point for every trick he won. Which means Matt gets a total of 17 points. Sweet 17! Elaine and I really, we screwed up there. I don't know what happened. That was a disaster. So while our bets were garbage and bad, I still get 1 point and you still get 2. Now here is the crazy bit about OL. So we've got some points. 1, that's a round. It's all very good. We would now shuffle everything back together and Elaine would become the dealer. But remember how we all had 2. Now here is the crazy bit about OL. So we've got some points. 1, that's a round. It's all very good. We would now shuffle everything back together and Elaine would become the dealer. But remember how we all had 10 cards there? Elaine would deal us out 9 cards. And we would play again. So again, we would bet on how many tricks we're going to win. We play out, but this time there's only 9 tricks to play for. Now here's the bit that sounds like it's not fun, but through the miracle of game design is actually great. We would play out those 9 tricks. We'd score the points again. Then we deal out 8 cards, then we do that again, and you go all the way down until everyone has dealt just 1 card, and then you still have to bet, like, I think I will win this 1 trick or whatever.
Yeah.
And you score those points, and then you go back up.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
exactly. So then
okay.
you deal out 2 cards each, and you play again, then you deal out 3 cards each. The whole thing takes, with 3 players, about 45 minutes. With 4 players, I mean, you'll probably do smaller, you're 7 down to 1 and back up to 7 or something like that. It takes ages, and you're just doing the same thing over and over again. And I swear, on my whatever game critic honor I have, it is great. And Chris, you're behind the mixing desk right now. I mean, I know we don't have any lights or anything on you, but wasn't it good?
It was so good.
Why was it so good?
I don't know. The way down is so different to the way up as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's why it works. It's because when you're trying to decide on how many tricks you're going to win when you've got 10 cards, it's really thinky. And then it just becomes really sloppy and messy and fast. And then as you build back up, it honestly just feels like you're playing a different game every time.
That's
It
amazing.
changes every round.
It really does. And yeah, it's bizarre, but it works. Try it yourself. So, of course, at the end, you'll have played a total of 20 rounds, and then you'll have your total points, and you'll see who won. Alternatively, if you want a shorter game, you can start at 1, go to 10, and then go back down to 1. But if you look online, there are loads of different ways to score. And another 2 little variants that I will say before I go away. When you get down to everybody being dealt 1 card each, rather than looking at your hands and then saying the bet, you instead hold your card to your forehead. This is called, and I love this, I think it's called, it's called like devil's poker or devil's, the word devil is involved. This is devilish.
There's a devil there.
This is what Victorians thought was devilish. Then you look at what the other players have,
Oh, I
and
can sit in the mirror.
you can see in the mirror.
And you have to guess.
Don't do that. But yeah, then you have to guess how many tricks you're going to win out of that.
You start looking at other people's cards.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so there's that. And then finally, if you want to do something different on the way back up, or you just want to play differently, rather than going around and Elaine going, oh, I think I'll win 3 tricks, and Matt says, I think I'll win 5. There's another way to do it, which is everyone put your fists out, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to reveal on our fingers how many tricks we're going to win. So
Nice.
you ready? 1, 2, 3, bam. Okay, and then you go 4, 3, 3, and sometimes you might add up to exact number of tricks and you can all win. But a lot of the times it'll be like 6 and some people are like 0 or whatever. And you know what? Like I say, it shouldn't work, but
No.
it does.
Sounds great.
Give it a shot yourself if you don't believe me. That is called Oh Hell. It's got our names and yeah, loads of variants online if you want to try different styles of it. Thank you very much. This has been another card game that doesn't suck. Thank you very much, guys.
And cut.